Hi guys, my name is Dean Armando from embroiderytrainingvideos.com, and I've put together an extremely powerful and valuable presentation for mostly small embroidery businesses that I think could change the way you do business this year. But first, I want to go on record and say, of all the things that I've learned, what I'm about to share with you could be more valuable than anything I've ever learned in all the years I've been in business and working with other businesses and selling products and selling services. And it will probably have the biggest impact on your business and your life if what I'm saying makes sense to you. And of course, if you apply what you're about to learn. I'm hoping this doesn't come across like some bad infomercial, because what you're about to discover is extremely valuable. I mean, you started this embroidery business to make money, but you could be one of the many that's just spinning their wheels. You see, I've dealt with thousands of embroiderers in the course of my business, and I'm going to tell you something that I believe plagues the entire industry. I want to let you in on the biggest myth about making money in the embroidery industry, and why I think so many embroiderers have it all wrong. You see, I believe it's because you've been given bad advice, or worse, no advice at all. And you may fall into this category, but it's not your fault. And let's talk about this. There's a well-known strategy out there for building a profitable business. Maybe you've heard about this, maybe you haven't. It's been talked about in best-selling books, and it's been talked about by a lot of different success speakers and writers and consultants. It's something that's a very powerful concept, and a lot of people have applied it to their businesses and lives. And a lot of people have done pretty well with it. It's the business building strategy of multiple streams of income. Again, maybe you've heard of this before, and maybe you haven't. It's just a term that basically says don't have all your eggs in one basket, so to speak. And that the way to be successful is generating cash from all different avenues. Maybe you're catering to the golf industry, but also schools, or maybe you have products on the internet like personalized baby gifts, but you also take on everything and anything you can get your hands on. Maybe you do all that while you're holding a full-time job. So you're bringing in multiple streams of income from different places, so that if one thing happens to one stream, or it slows down or goes away, you're diversified. You have money coming in from all these other ventures and other projects, so you stand a good chance to build a strong business because you have money coming in from all these different places. Again, it's called multiple streams of income. Well, guess what? For those of you just starting out in embroidery or still fairly new, I'm going to tell you that that's completely wrong. I mean, I believe multiple streams of income is a complete and utter joke, and you can make a note of that. You can put me on record for saying that. I mean, I've known what I've gone through in my own life, and I know from studying and listening to thousands of different embroiderers from all over the country that this multiple streams of income thing is overhyped, and I really believe it's just a joke, most importantly for small embroidery businesses. Now, I think there's some merit to it. I think some people do well with it, and I do think it's sound advice, again, for some people. Mostly experienced business people or embroidery businesses that are already successful. But for new entrepreneurs trying to make money in the embroidery business, I think it's very poisonous and very dangerous. And I think it's led people down a path of almost confusion and headaches trying to make money. And I know that's certainly the case with entrepreneurs in the embroidery industry. Because what you ultimately need is what they call a focused flood of income. One giant pipe of cash coming to you from one place. That's the way you stand the best chance of building wealth in the embroidery industry. One focused flood of income, not multiple streams of income. You know, when we have too many things going on, we basically get distracted. Because this is what I believe you need. It's one business that sells to one market and services the needs of one group of targeted people. I mean, we only have so many hours in the day and so many days in the week. And if you're spending that time working on your business to make money, and your attention's divided by multiple projects, there's no possible way that you can excel at building a business when your attention's so distracted and dissected in so many different areas. There's just no way you can do your best at maximizing and making the most money from a given business. You're basically taking your potential and dividing it up into way too many pieces. By having multiple markets or multiple projects, you're just killing yourself. I mean, you don't even realize it. I say this because I've definitely been there myself. A good example of this is school accounts. I mean, they can be very lucrative. However, if you only do one or two and don't maximize the potential buying power of that school, it can almost seem like a waste of time. You need to be studying these schools, creating free samples or test marketing ideas that potentially hundreds of kids could purchase at a time. If you get a contract like that, you need to make a school-specific website and be coming up with tons of different products for that group of people to buy. I mean, this takes a very focused approach. It can only be done if you're not interrupted by a fishing club that wants to do 6 hats, and then later a landscaper coming in and making you change his logo 30 times. I mean, it's all about one business that sells to one market and services the needs of one group of targeted people. You know, I think everybody struggles with this. I know I do. And even I have to keep coming back and taking a hard look at what I'm doing and saying, you know what? I'd be way better off just focusing on this one thing or one or two of these things for the next several months. And because of this fact, you can end up becoming a major source for whatever niche industry you're going after. So, I mean, if you really want to make a lot of money, your best odds, your best bet is to do one business that sells to one market and serves the needs of one group of targeted people. You know, it's better to be great at doing one thing and servicing one group of people than it is to be fair or mediocre in 100 little different things. We just don't have enough hours in the day. And you can't do your best by trying to do all these different things or going after all these different markets. You just can't do it. Ultimately, the person who has the best chance of making a lot of money is someone who's focused on one market and is taking it as far as they can by servicing the needs of one group of people. I can imagine at least 99% of the people listening to this have more than one market they're trying to serve, or they have a full-time job, or they're just trying to get every and any business they can. I mean, I know this because I've been selling to this industry for almost my entire life. Any business school or business consultant would tell you before you start your business, you have to have a business plan. And if you were going for funding with that business plan, it wouldn't even be looked at if it outlined what most embroiderers are doing, which is trying to get every and any business they can. I mean, if someone was trying to give you or wanted to give you money, they'd want to know how you're going to become a major source for one particular niche market. Now, at the same time, I would encourage people to get their feet wet and try some different markets and different projects just to see which one fits you best. However, to be really successful, you have to ultimately focus on something and go all out. Just think about this. If all you did was one project and got up in the morning and sat down at your computer or got ready to work or came into the shop and you were only thinking about that one group of people, how focused and effective do you think you'd be? Let's just say you wanted to start a business that sells stuff to golfers and all you do is live, eat, and breathe golf. Constantly, I mean, you're thinking, reading, researching about what these people want, what they're going through, what they need to buy next, what their problems are that you can solve with more products, how you're going to service that group of people. If all you thought about was that one market, you would make 10 times more than you could ever do trying to sell and service 20 different small businesses. I guarantee it. Now, the problem is, if you're like me and have entrepreneurial ADD, your mind's all over the place, and you see different markets that you can make money from, different business ideas. You say, hey, I can make money from that. I can make money from that. And the problem is that we get distracted and bored easily. But eventually, push comes to shove, and you have to look at what's more important and go after it, make it as big as you can before you move on to something else. You can always change your direction and go after a different niche if you really want to. But give it your all, at least for 6 months. I think you'll be surprised just by focusing on one avenue, how much money you can make, how you can grow your business just by servicing one group of people. Go online and look at the Forbes 400. That's a list of the world's wealthiest people in the United States, and read their stories about how they built their business and how they made their millions. I'll just go ahead and ruin it for you. Almost all of them did it by building one business that sold to one market and served the needs of one group of targeted people. There are rare exceptions in that list, but the majority of them that actually built wealth at being an entrepreneur did it by focusing on one business, one stream of income. So you should be spending all of your time, all of your work time that is, not all of your time, finding more leads for your one business, keeping up with the changing needs of your one group of people, then offering them additional products for them to buy. These are the 3 key things you need to be doing to grow a profitable embroidery business. It's so much easier to get more leads when you're researching a specific niche and devoting time to reach out to only them. You know, when you're focusing on getting those people to your store, your website, getting them your catalog or your brochure. You need to start building a product base of things that group needs to have. You know, be specific, be unique, and then start researching and gathering more products for that one group to buy. It could be new product ideas that you make or products that you buy and sell, products that you drop ship. But that's it. This is all you should be doing for your business. These are the 3 core things you need to be focusing on. It's all about keeping up with that group of people and knowing what their needs are, because you're going to make 10 to 20 times more in one market if you're keeping up with what they want to buy next, what their problems are, what they're thinking about, and all that takes focused work. So you need to be keeping up with it. And again, if you have 1, 2, 3 different businesses, these so-called multiple streams of income, you're not going to be able to do as good of a job as you could be doing if you were just focusing on one group of people and what they want. I guarantee it. You know, you're 7 times more likely to sell to people you've already sold to before, so you're going to need additional products for your group of people to buy. So that should also be a good portion of your time spent, developing new products, acquiring new products, or doing deals to promote other people's products for your group to buy. So this is it. This is the myth or big secret to making a lot of money and creating a profitable embroidery business. Again, the wealthiest people in the world built their wealth by marketing one product and servicing the needs of one group of people, and that's it. Now, there's something to be said for leverage and diversification, but when you're starting out in the embroidery business, you have a much better chance at success by focusing on one market that generates one group of leads. Then you can concentrate on gathering one collection of products which services the needs of one group of people. But most importantly, you got to keep up with the changing needs of those people and finding and offering more products for that group to buy. I promise you, this new year, just give yourself 6 months. Dedicate 6 months of your time to pick one market and dedicate yourself to one group of targeted people to build something as big as you can. I promise you, in 6 months you'll be way better off than if you continue trying to service everybody or going after every market in the industry. I guarantee it. I completely understand that this doesn't apply to everybody, and I'm not saying that this is the only way. But from where I'm sitting, I hear a lot of people singing the blues, and it doesn't have to be that way. The capabilities of this machine are so tremendous that I think it paralyzes people. You have yourself, your family, your friends telling you all the different things you could be making and doing with your business, and it's just overwhelming. My goal here is to put it in perspective and offer a real solution that may be obvious, but it needs to be preached and reinforced. The point is, you need to take a deep breath, pick a target, and commit. In the next week or so, I'm going to be going into detail about how you can excel at focus flood marketing. I'll have a ton of ideas and a ton of examples, and also some stories of failure when it comes to multiple streams of income, just to drive the point home of how dangerous it can be. Also, for all embroidery machine owners out there, don't forget about the Universal Embroidery Machine Training and Repair DVD. It's only $49 on embroiderytrainingvideos.com. I believe that every embroidery machine owner should have this DVD. Even if you've had your embroidery machine for a while and you feel that you know it, still consider it. It has over 3.5 hours of detailed instruction on everything from tensions to hook timing. The more you know about your equipment, the more you're going to get out of it. The repair training section on this DVD goes without saying. I've had nothing but 100% positive feedback from this and have saved thousands of embroiderers thousands of dollars in downtime and repairs, and in this economy, you have to watch every penny. So don't wait until your machine goes down, please. You will absolutely positively get every penny back that you spent on this DVD tenfold. And also, don't forget about the SWF repair training and machine training DVD set. It's only $99, and that's more specifically for SWF embroidery machines. So, enough of the sales pitch. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video on the myth about building a profitable embroidery business. I've definitely enjoyed putting this together, and I hope to have another one out for you soon. And if anything, take care, keep sewing, and have a great day.